like, I really can't beat anybody up, but I don't. Katie's going to expect me to, so I'm probably going to have to go say something to the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not at liberty to not say anything.
I ain't saying
it. Doesn't mean I'm
shit
not calling you out.
No, I think he's calling you a pussy.
No, I'm definitely not doing that.
I was a huge pussy.
But that
guy for sure had a blade. There's just no.
Oh no, you're right. It wouldn't have gone well for me. But,
I will say this without giving specifics. He was dressed differently than everyone else.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was dressed like Guy Fieri.
Yeah, a little bit. Let me ask you a hypothetical of a real situation. What you would have done. I told Scott about this and Stan Boney about this. I don't think I ran it by Josh Spiegel, the members of Justin, Scott, and Spiegel in the morning. Either one of you guys is going to a regular like strip mall gym, anything, Planet Fitness.
I have.
Curves, Gold, whatever.
Curves. That's for women.
Mm-hmm. It's been like 35 years.
You had a gym in your place, right?
Yes.
So this
I've been to that. Yeah.
This would not happen
that often. But...
So I'm in the locker room. This happened a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted to bring it up with you two.
Okay.
Sometimes I know there's a little audience crossover. So I have an itch on my back, and it's in an area that
a little,
just like, God damn, if I had a pencil, I'd get at it. I have something. What I do have is a nice sharp door well. And I walk over to this door well, and I act like
grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear. And I'm like, it's like I'm in the rut. All right. I'm like a horny deer. I'm like a 12-point buck looking to fuck. And
just like that.
Exactly like that. I'm
so
drawing
far.
a dough.
Yeah.
So I get it in there. I walk back over to my locker. I open my locker up. I'm putting a couple of things away. And I just feel someone give me a couple of light little back scratches.
Oh.
And I turn around with a smile like, well, who's this?
Who's this angel?
It's a complete stranger.
What would I do?
He's about, let me say, mid to late 40s, maybe early 50s.
Oh, that's sweet.
My height, a little heavier, about 200, 210. And I completely vapor lock. I say nothing. I think words tried to come out, and they made it about halfway down my tongue.
The words are thank you.
And he goes, I got you. And
are you shirtless?
No, shirt on.
Okay.
And he just walks over and gives me the most father to son, husband to wife. Maybe we're on
tender.
A team together.
Yeah.
Just nice little just
family.
Like, there you go, right there.
Well, let me first say what I do. The first thing I do is I go home, I go to sleep, and I suck that guy's dick.
You gotta listen.
Call back from last
episode,
yeah, or just accept that for what he said.
Yeah.
Now, he wasn't like a fan of yours. He didn't know who you are.
No clue.
Okay.
I've never seen him before. By the way, I've never seen him again.
He just shows up.
He just signed up once.
The back scratch fairy.
And I went out. He could not be less remarkable looking. 6.5, 7, nondescript. A white New Balance, white shirt, plain ass gym short.
Was it Keith Mills?
I went out into the gym, looked around for him, saw no one, saw nothing. Half of me thinks I might have fucking hallucinated it.
Yeah.
But I did. There's fight, there's flight, and there's statue.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I was Ray Lewis out front of M&T Bank Stadium. I did nothing, said nothing. There was no one else in the locker room to be like, what the fuck, man? It was just me.
I think it would be weird at first, but then I'd be like,
if he's gone,
I did like it.
Like, thank you.
Did
like
it feel good?
If he wants conversation afterwards.
I mean, yeah, it felt nice.
Because when you just scratched my back, I liked it.
Yeah.
Do I say anything if I see him again? I haven't. Again, this happened in like mid-January.
Yeah, I mean, I would not say anything because then
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, because then he's gonna. Obviously, this guy wants to have sex with you.
No,
Okay?
I just think
it's obvious.
I think he's fatherly. What if you see him doing the same doorwell thing? Do you go up to him and say, "Hey,
what if he's doing it on
hey,
purpose?
you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours."
I got you.
But he's doing it in the front.
Yes, hey, yeah. Hey, does your dick itch? Okay. And I put a little Dorwell over my mustache. Yeah. Well, I can maybe get Tommy Simbazo to fashion me some Dorwell outfit. He can 3D print it. I hide there in plain sight.
Yes.
Speaking of which, we just got done recording. You were not here for it, Joe, so I'm so eager for you to hear this. Another shocking, revealing,
on brand. Very on brand.
It's the Tommiest story that's ever been told for the DLP Patreon members. We got a bunch of fresh content up there. We got a brand new DLP Patreon last week and a new, if you're listening to this live on the 12th or whenever you're listening to us, February 2024, there will be a new very soon story time with Tommy
Oh,
Sambazo.
no, I'll put it out this way. You'll hear Ortiz.
Yeah,
tonight
as we
later in the
speak,
episode.
Tommy's
Yeah.
upstairs playing Halo with my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing
Yeah.
Halo.
Yeah.
He's
Sure.
playing-
Hey, what are you doing now?
Yeah, he's playing
Wow.
with her
A
Halo.
lot of moaning in that game, apparently.
Yeah. This is the sausage gun. Okay, squeezed right there.
We should mention that next week is the DLP Agenda's 1 year anniversary.
Yes.
Meaning the Rob and Joe show was around for a very,
Right.
very long time, but what doesn't feel like a year, does it?
It's not
No.
the year of Justin coming along. It's
2
the
year
year
this
of the
June.
rebranding.
No, I got it.
But
Yeah,
a
yeah.
year
We
of
started-
rebranding.
Yeah.
We started February 22nd.
Yeah, it
2023.
it felt like it hasn't been that long, but I guess that
Right,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Maybe
yeah.
next week for those that are new to us, because thank you so much to everybody that's taken time to pull other people into the DLP
Thank
world.
you.
The origin of that name, how it came to be, the guy that almost got me in big time trouble at work with the
Mhm.
name. So we just decided to sort of take the branding as our own, where the term the DLP agenda came from. And I do hope that guy still listens.
I hope so.
He's been completely quiet. I mean, he has gone on walkabout.
I
I've
mean, you
heard
think
nothing
he
Really?
since.
feels honored that we used his accusation as the name?
I don't know.
All
I
right.
wonder if he thinks he
Right.
won.
Well, I did edit out. I did edit a piece, that whole explanation of that.
Yeah.
I don't know why we've never aired it or something, but maybe we'll put
Next
it on
week,
YouTube or
We'll
something.
tell the story,
Yeah.
the origin of obviously
Right.
DLP,
Right.
Die Laughing Productions. We were going to call the thing the Die Laughing Podcast. We
Mm-hmm.
thought that's a little on the nose. Like sometimes these things aren't double over funny; they're just interesting. But the agenda word, that's the linchpin for this whole thing.
It is,
And it wasn't our idea. It was from a man
No.
that really tried to get me away from this and fired from my day job. So
Also next week, if you listen, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Rob did a hypothetical while we were out with one of our friend groups. If I just gave Joe something like bread and he had to bake it, he has
Right.
no recipe. He just
Yes.
goes to
Spaghetti.
he just goes to the grocery store, buys what he believes to be the ingredients, comes back, assembles those ingredients, bakes those
Has to figure out the
ingredients,
time, the
and he,
temperature,
and
all
he
that.
produces a loaf of bread. Could he do it? Of course, I said I could. And so now the challenge is next Tuesday at 3 o'clock.
yeah.
all
Katie-
three of
anniversary.
us.
Katie is going to text. We're on the honor system. And Katie's going to video me going to the grocery store, picking out what I believe to be the.
we will film
She's
each
not
other
going to give
doing
you
the
any
same.
help at all.
Believe me,
No.
she's not going to give
Yeah.
me any help. I can promise you.
But she
No.
can't also, like, when you go and grab the wrong thing, she can't start laughing.
Well,
either,
I
okay?
don't know that she'll be able to help
Okay,
that, but
right.
maybe right. If
I
she's-
kind of want you to go alone. I kind of want you to have to go alone.
and
just
then
for-
then
yeah.
I'll just.
I'm going to be selfieing my entire and turning the camera around.
Yeah,
I
you
think
should
we
go
keep,
by yourself.
we keep it uniform. Once she fires the shot, it could be a baked good. It could be a savory. It could be a
It's
soup.
got to
it
be
could
something
a
that's
spaghetti.
possible.
It's
though.
got to be something that is within the realm of our
Mhm.
capability.
We're not making a beef Wellington.
No,
Chateaubriand.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
make a ratatouille. I'm
Mhm.
going to, a duck confit.
Mhm.
This is going to be something that you would find in a cafeteria. I hope.
No. Brittany's saying, Justin, phone a friend. I got you. Brittany, this is
Doesn't
honor
work. No,
system.
Brittany,
No help.
that's not
No.
how it works.
And Joe made a great point a couple of weeks ago. And we kind of got this idea going.
Mhm.
We will know if anybody cheats if the item is edible.
That's right.
Yeah, you make a big, bulbous, thick cranberry muffin. I'm like, God, this is, like you fully faked this.
She better not say cranberry muffin.
God,
I just
Ah,
I just want to
cranberries
clarify.
are out of season.
You guys can't buy any kits. This all has to be.
Yeah.
from
No, we
scratch,
know
right?
that because
Right.
even if there's a sauce, we can't buy like ragu.
Well, that's a great point
Yes.
Robbie makes. Is upstairs, Robbie, prior to the show, that we did say, hypothetically, should she pick a pasta? We're not buying a jar of ragu. We're buying stewed tomatoes, garlic, oil,
Hey, you don't
seasoning,
need to
all
say all
that.
those things.
I'm just saying.
But we are allowed to. If
I was
not-
going to keep saying stewed tomatoes, and I've been ridiculed for it.
we wouldn't make our own pasta, so we would be allowed to buy
Yeah, I
the,
can't-
the noodle.
I'm not rolling fucking
Right.
dough.
Not
and
from
mac
not from 3 p.m. to
Yeah.
6 p.m.
Nor,
That's
do,
not
nor do I
happening.
have a pasta fucking machine thing that they
You know,
use.
speaking of
If Bobby
pasta,
Flay uses it, it's probably the way to do it, and I don't have that.
speaking of pasta, this weekend, actually 2 days ago, Saturday, we did the BrightBox Theater.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And shout out Nick, who runs the BrightBox Theater.
Sorry, I
We
missed it. I was in LA.
We loved them. We had 2 great shows.
Mhm.
There are some people that are listening right now that probably attended that show. By the way, I hope there are specific people listening. I'll
Go
get to
on.
that in a minute.
I do want to shout out Shoemaker. If you're in chat, let me know. Thank you for making that brutal drive.
Seriously.
Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the card. If he joins later, if he's not in there right now, if the chat could pile on Shoemaker when he gets in, he brought me a very nice birthday gift. I wanted to thank him.
every time we have a show, Nick is kind enough to have the kitchen bake us a big giant lasagna.
Yes.
Big tray.
A big tray. That's right. It's the worst lasagna you've ever had. It's absolutely horrible. It's almost like a lasagna soup, if that exists. Now, I always eat it, but I found out two things. First of all, Tommy he had a Ziploc bag that he was keeping his toothbrush and toothpaste in. He emptied it out so he could put lasagna in it.
This was a new detail. See, I thought he specifically, I just found this out about 30 minutes ago. I knew about the freezer bag. And I thought he knew, hey, this lasagna never gets finished. It's big. Some people are reviled by it. Some people love it. Reveals in a moment. What I didn't know was that there was like
Tommy loves it.
Colgate residue. There's like maybe some
little mint, like put a
deodorant.
basil leaf on the top.
Deodorant bag. He says this bag has got miles on it. I thought it just might be a fresh one you pull out of the box.
Well, mint goes good with lasagna.
Are they cheap? Are they expensive Ziploc bags? Can you get another one?
How about some nickel?
You can buy plastic Tupperware for.
But
when is his birthday? Because I'm going to buy him a box of freezer.
Oh God, great! Now I don't know, and
he's
now I'm in trouble.
He's going to 3D print them.
So anyway,
lasagna pocket.
Katie goes, look, I never really make any rules, but you're not putting lasagna in that bag.
Yeah, and I
so
get that.
we told that story.
She was adamant.
And Justin goes, you know what? I've never said this before, but I like that lasagna.
Okay. You've got bowling alley pizza, which I love.
Me too.
Then you've got some fancy pants brick oven that came over here on your great-great-grandfather's greasy fucking canoe from some country type pizza. The kind that New Yorkers get inexplicably fired up about. I love them both. I love them both. And a good homemade lasagna, like Katie makes a chicken parma lasagna. It's incredible. This lasagna would be serviceable at a middle school. This would be, if a bowling alley served lasagna, it would be this lasagna. And I love it. It's dog shit. It's not awful. It's not like, oh, I can't eat this. This is bad. There are whole peppercorns in there popping. This cheese is bad.
It would be, we wouldn't make it that good.
No, there's no chance I make a lasagna this good. I would hope to make a lasagna as good as the BrightBox's theater, which isn't good. And I just found out too, apparently they're not making them for us anymore because we don't finish them.
But we do finish them.
We do beat that thing up.
So I'm going to say something,
Nick.
I'm going to look, we don't want the lasagna, but can we get something from the kitchen? Like, we've never eaten there.
Yeah.
I think, well, we last time we ordered like the quesadillas and the pretzels. We did that.
Oh, we did that?
We did that recently.
Yeah, let's do that. Although that
I like it when he just gives us money and we go get pizza.
Yeah, but you know what? We blew it because I didn't say, hey, where's our money? And we all went next door and ate and we paid ourselves.
Well, the thing with the lasagna, I'd rather just go to the Mexican place myself or the pizza place and just eat that.
Yes.
You don't have as much time, but we have like an hour. We're just doing nothing.
Yeah, you guys do.
Yeah.
I was so ripped in the hotel room later on, which we'll get into in a second too, because we brought somebody new into the Quiplash circle.
Right.
Had Tommy reached into his hoodie and pulled out a freezer bag full of that lasagna, I'd have come. I'd have dove across the bag.
I would not have done that.
It would have made my night.
Katie would not have come.
He would have held that up
no.
like a bag of Coke in the 80s in Miami. I would have just
started snorting it.
Cut it up. Let's pull
By the way,
rails of lasagna.
he doesn't have silverware.
Nah.
He's just going to drink it.
Drink it
out.
Is
he going to microwave it?
Yeah. Suck the big noodles out
What
of
do
there.
you microwave it? Or do you just drink it?
Was there
room
a
temperature?
how do you
I don't know.
You have to leave it in the bag?
Oh, it's a simple solution here. Has anybody ever piped a cake? We just cut the corner off that bag and just start mainlining it. Oh, I mean, because it's so goopy and watery. Yeah. Oh, that's no problem.
God.
So let me tell you what I did, and I haven't told you guys this yet. Rob's going to be mad at me, but he's not going to be madder at me than I am at myself.
Oh.
Okay.
And I'm praying that the people that I did this to are listening.
Okay.
Okay. So, at the end of the show, we read the funniest team names, and if you have the funniest team name, you win tickets to a future show.
Right.
Well, there are people that had the name Josie and the Pussy Farts. And that was the winner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It crushed.
I saw that. I was not there, but I was able to look on our website. And
afterwards, I always say, hey, whoever Josie and the Pussy Farts are, come see me and I'll get you. And they come see me. And what I do is I get an email address from them. And then I send them an email saying, hey, you won tickets to a future show. They go, oh my God, this is like our 7th show. We always try to win this. We've never won it. We're so excited. I go, well, give me your email address. I immediately lost it. I don't have it.
Oh, no.
I don't have the email address. They paid for every show. They were so excited, and now they're never going to hear from me.
I met them in the lobby. Did I tell you my conversation with them?
What'd they say?
Identical. They were so excited that they won.
Well, they know how to reach out to us.
Yeah, but I don't know.
We should give them something, but they reach out to us.
That you're right.
Yeah.
By the way, I've had people say, "Hey, you never reached out to me," and I'm like, "It doesn't sound right to me," because I've never. One time I lost it the previous time and I found it. So by the way, I just put it in my pocket. I don't know how it's going. Now let me tell you what I did have.
Yeah.
This lady goes, "Oh my God, I have somebody I want to be in your show."
Jesus.
She's
Christ.
drunk. She's going to every single individual person and saying, "How do I get this person to show?" Literally, she writes the name Austin White, a phone number, and hands it to me. I have that.
I have it.
I have that guy.
It's in my phone, who, by the way, there's details about him. We're walking around, usually after the third act, voiceover plays, and now the cast will walk through and answer any questions you might have had without telling you the killer. Wander around, all that. Katie walks up, and what did he say about her name specifically? He's like, that's the stupid way to spell.
Yeah, because it was on the sheet. Kaitlyn. He goes, Caitlin. He goes, that's the dumb way to spell it.
To Katie, she goes, that's actually my name. That is me. And then makes a real off-color remark.
Oh.
Let's just say he's got a definite side in the Israel-Gaza war.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He has a pretty...
Yeah, Team Hamas, this guy.
Yeah. This guy might
not
have been...
the show title.
Not the show title. The show title. But no, he might have been on one of those fucking paragliders. And
Yes.
this guy couldn't have been fatter, dumpier, and whiter than all three of us.
I
But
know
then he barges backstage with this document. You need to reach out to his miserable wife.
Remember, this was the same people?
This was the same group. The guy that said that about Caitlyn,
that was his
woman, was his wife.
Man.
No, they were a two-taco terror. They were literally the only
two-taco terror.
possible. I wouldn't even call them a problem. They were fine during the show. But for what they said to Katie about a specific group of people, and you don't say outside of a Klan rally, and then the name thing,
or 25% of the country,
or just don't ever.
Or Mel Gibson.
Okay,
every college,
if you want to be in Hollywood,
every kid under 25
probably wouldn't bring it up in certain high-end financial circles.
Yes.
And then
or Harvard,
shoving this guy's number in my face. Going, you got to put him in this. You have to reach out. Like, you gave a bunch of strangers your friend's name, number, said some stuff. You don't think Tommy and Eric have that number right now?
By the way, I know he has it because he took a picture of it and sent it to me.
Yeah.
Because I left it in their room.
Oh, that's what that was. I thought about it. I started doing this, and then I got too complicated for me of making like a Google sheet where they just go to the site and then they type in that they want and then which tickets for which show they'd want in their email.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that would be good. And I go, and I only give it to the people who won.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we need
or
to
a
do.
QR code that takes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Other
then
notes,
then it got too hard and I quit.
some other notes from the show. We had this newly dead game. We got two coming up tomorrow as we're recording this on the 12th of February. We have the 13th, the DC Improv, and then the 14th, Valentine's Day at Magoobies. And it's the newlywed game, and you bring people up.
Yes.
You know how the game works. You
Magoobies will sell, so get on it now.
It's going to be great. But there is, and I'm going to give away one of the questions because it involves this story. One of the questions
doesn't have nothing to do with like solving the murder.
No, nothing to do with that. It's just part of the game, and you just have to guess who your significant other's celebrity crush is. And it's everything from Mel Gibson to Ryan Gosling's, all the classics.
Sure.
Brad Pitt,
Bradley
Cooper, that's right. Brad Pitt,
a young Robert De Niro, Charlton Heston, whatever.
Didn't think that name was going to come up.
That came up on one of them. Yeah. A lady 100% wrote Charlton Heston, and she was about fucking 90.
Damn dirty ape.
I love it. It was the Statue of
That's
Liberty.
the show title.
They were on Earth. Yeah, that guy in the back would have said that. So this lady, she has her answer written down. Her husband guesses it. He said something like, what was it, like Dale Earnhardt or whatever?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the only person that knew this was coming was Katie.
Yeah.
None of us knew this was coming.
Katie's elbowing me. She said, get ready for this. Get ready for this. Okay. I want Rob
beforehand.
to guess.
Katie's the one that gets
this guy is infamous in Hollywood.
Okay.
He's super famous. You know him for sure.
There are two people that have a crush on him.
How old is this woman?
This lady,
this couple,
and the guy.
Yeah.
Late 50s.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna go 50.
Yeah. And I think this guy's probably the guy that they guess probably around the same age. Right?
Would you ever consider this guy at any point being good looking?
Well, yeah, no, I do think that there was a time that he was good looking
before you knew anything about him.
Before you
speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely still. You'd be like, okay.
Yeah, there was a time,
even with that hair.
Yeah, and now I'm going to show you some young pictures of him.
Okay.
In some movies you'll remember of him, and that he was good looking.
Yes.
See, I was going to guess Harvey Weinstein.
He also had a famous wife who was like a supermodel.
Jared
too.
from Subway.
Okay.
No.
All right. I'm guessing he's gained a lot of weight. Is what.
Oh, he definitely gained a lot of weight. Robbie,
Okay.
can you guess?
I was going to say Christopher Walken, but then you got me off of that.
No,
Not
no,
Christopher
no.
Walken. Not Christopher.
All right.
Walken.
So he's an actor.
Yeah, he's been in
yeah.
movies, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been in a lot of movies.
He's actually a
Ron
scriptwriter, too.
Jeremy.
He's been the lead. No, he's not a porn star.
Okay.
He's been the leading man in a ton of movies.
He's had theatric releases.
Yes.
Okay.
He starred alongside major performers.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
You've definitely seen some of his movies for sure.
My
Now-
dad got so mad at one of his movies in the theater, he wanted a refund.
And I guarantee you,
The
Justin and I have seen probably 20 movies apiece of his.
I know.
All
I've
right.
seen more of his
Brittany
movies
says
than you.
Gary Busey.
It's not Gary Busey.
No.
Good guess.
Good
though.
guess. Good guess.
Most of his movies, not most of his movies, all his movies are action movies.
Can I give you a generic?
Okay. Is it Steven Seagal?
It's
Yes,
Steven
it's
Seagal.
Steven Seagal. Who the fuck?
I go, what?
We all.
I go, isn't his hair painted on?
Are you shitting me? You've seen his slow dog shit fight scenes? Yeah. The side note for those that don't know, my dad at the Waldorf Cineplex Odeon wanted to talk to the manager
Yeah.
outside after executive decision.
Yeah, don't
with
put
Kurt
him on the
Russell
poster.
Right.
because he's dead in
Yeah.
the first 20 fucking
Yeah.
Yeah,
minutes.
no, they're right.
Right.
Yeah,
He's right.
because they needed him out of the movie. He was such a piece of shit.
for justice.
Yeah. Do you know why that happened, by the way? According to movie lore, it's an old movie. Go watch it. It's not good, but it's Steven Seagal and a team of SEALs, and there's a hijacked plane. And
Who's
Kurt
the other
Russell's-
lead?
Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
He's
Kurt
the-
Russell.
He's the government advisor.
Yes.
John Leguizamo's in that movie.
Yeah.
And he's one of the teammates. And you got to hear John Leguizamo tell stories from that set. He says, I mean, this is completely in line with who this guy is. They say he's the worst SNL host of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Piece of
I
shit.
remember that.
Horrible.
He couldn't read.
He couldn't read.
Yeah.
It's hard to
And
read the cue cards.
he says he gets to set, John Leguizamo, and they're all kind of palling around on the set. He walks in, Seagal, and says, hey, heads up. From this point forward, on the camera and off, I am your commanding officer. Anything I say, anything I instruct, you will do.
He's trying to
to
pull
the
a
letter of
Daniel Day.
And he's
Yeah.
lining them up and walking them down. Leguizamo busts out laughing. He can't handle how funny it is. Steven Seagal fucking lunges at him and throws this like elbow strike Sambo choke on him, like up against the wall. Like, what the fuck's the matter with you? Everybody in the crew is like, this guy can't be in this movie. And they're like, script change. He fucking dies getting onto the plane. He was supposed to be in the whole thing. He attacks John Leguizamo.
Seems like a big script change the last minute.
He's like, you know what?
Punch
got
this thing up.
Yeah.
we got Russell.
We just lost 75 lines.
Yeah, this guy, you know what? We're gonna have an
Yeah,
easier
we'll
time.
carry it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He attacked
Your
John
dad
Leguizamo.
did not accept that explanation.
Also, we had on the second show, Kane.
Yeah, it was the second show.
We had a guy and he had a cane and he looks like he's just into a lot of metal. I probably wouldn't listen to.
Yeah,
Eric
long,
would.
big ZZ Top beard.
Yeah, he looks
wearing
like
a
he's got
hat. and-
bowling shirts
Yeah,
with
big-
big
yeah.
flames on them and
Yeah.
all that. And it's him as one of the couples, and him and his girlfriend come on stage.
Wife,
and
right?
His
Wife.
wife, yes. So she makes her way on stage. Her ass got on stage about 20 seconds later.
Yes.
It was the most Kardashian dump truck
And
you've
she
ever
was
seen.
wearing, she knew what was happening, and she wore pants that were conducive to
Yes,
making
she was-
sure that, yes.
he wanted you to
Accentuating it.
know
Yes.
that she had
And
that
Justin
dumper.
spent about 30, but the show was extra long
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he spent so much time.
That's the late show.
So it's a late show now.
Justin, whenever we say, let's just plow through this.
Yeah.
Justin,
You
here's-
got it.
Justin was right,
27,
though. This had to be dealt with. But
Yeah.
afterwards, we're heading back to the hotel.
I missed this. I did not see
Yes.
And Katie and I, we go to Sheets.
Yeah,
Okay.
love
It's the only
Sheets.
place open. It's
Yeah.
midnight.
Yeah.
And we go to get a sub, and we're waiting for our sub. In walks the guy with the cane.
And
by
watch
the way,
Pixar mom ass.
by the way, the guy with the cane, what was his name?
Ed Van Arsdale.
Kane.
Kane.
Kane. His
His
name's
name was,
Kane.
his name was
Yes.
Kane.
Yeah.
Kane with a cane. Pimp
Okay.
with a limp.
And her name, I can't remember her name. It doesn't matter. So they walk up.
Thick name.
They're at Sheets.
Yeah.
And she goes, "This was the greatest night of my life."
Well, that guy looks like he got injured at some point or another in his life, and he needed that cane to get around. And I hope he got a settlement he deserved. But if he didn't, there's a man out there that could take care of you, your personal injury lawyer at Rice Martha Pesaurus.
Joe Robinson here from the DLP Agenda to tell you about my favorite member of the Rice, Murtha, and Pesaurus team, Joseph Murtha. We talk a lot about car accidents and slips and falls, but I spent some time this week with my hero, Joseph Murtha, and he's forgotten more about the criminal justice system than all these other TV lawyers combined. That's right, the Rice, Murtha, and Pesaurus team is not limited to helping you with your civil case, but maybe you accidentally lit your neighbor's house on fire, or maybe you inadvertently drove a car for a month that you kind of quote unquote borrowed. That's where the expertise of the great Joseph Murtha comes in. He's been defending since before my wife was a glimmer in Frank Push's eye. My co-hosts like the bread, but as always, I like the meat. Joseph Murtha, the meat in the Rice, Murtha, and Pesaurus sandwich. So if you're in trouble, they're the ones to call. Rice, Murtha, and Pesaurus. For the best advice, call Rice or Murtha.
Now, last week you fucked us, Robbie, because
I told you the wrong ad.
And then we did like 3 minutes about the ad that didn't play. And then I tried to edit it out. I was like, no, because we did 3 fucking minutes. So do you know the ad that just played now? Or I don't even say. I don't even
Yeah,
say.
right.
This one is yours.
I bet it's good.
What about mine? I have one.
Yeah.
I didn't get. Nobody gave me Joe's.
I didn't give you Joe's.
Joe
sent me-
made his. He made his first.
Justin Serious one, and then yours. I didn't get one from Joe.
Oh, I got a Joe one somewhere. I have to.
All right.
I'll
Sorry,
send it to you
Joe.
tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, what I was going to say
And
about that, I
wasn't
forgot to
very
mention something
good.
about that guy with the cane.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh yeah, this was her Christmas present."
Jesus.
Yes.
Damn.
Well, that's awesome. Real
Yeah.
quick, in the chat now, during this portion of the murder mystery, when he's saying Steven Seagal, this is the chance for you, Joe, especially in this character, and me when I'm doing it, can do the crowd work. Did you do any of these lines? Did because Dennis Mailer said this woman is coming under siege for a celebrity.
Oh no, we
crush.
definitely mentioned. We said on.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We mentioned
Did
a bunch
you
of.
say
The,
this woman has a fire down below?
No, we didn't
Oh,
say
'cause
that.
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Dennis, you're now hired. You're the
One
new-
thing that did happen, I forgot to mention. Do you remember Robin and BJ, the most annoying, the most obnoxious of all the couples?
I
They
don't.
sound
Yeah.
obnoxious.
So this was making me crazy. Okay. First of all, they were drunk and, laugh too hard. They're laughing too
Gotcha.
hard. Okay. When Katie's asking the questions, they're like, okay, what's your celebrity crush?
This
She's
is
like,
before
"Ah!"
this,
Yeah,
this is
she's
before the show.
right before the show.
Oh, okay, I missed
She's
this.
dying laughing. And every time Katie asks her a question, she goes, he's never going to get this. And I go, it's not real.
Yeah,
It's not a real game.
Yeah.
Second one, he's never going to get this. It's not, you can't win.
Right.
They
There's
could
no,
not.
There's no
she-
stakes.
She couldn't
Yeah.
wrap her head around
Yeah.
the idea that she was competing for nothing.
There have been a few couples we have had to explain, and usually in and around Baltimore County, where
Or
we have
Winchester.
described, like, hey, heads up. Winchester, for the most part, kind of gets it,
Yes.
but we have to tell people there's no actual trip to Hawaii. There's no cameras here. There's no nothing. This is a murder mystery performance set in a fictitious game
Yes.
show.
no
and-
no one really dies.
No one actually does. I get up and run off stage every
Yeah.
time, and then return moments later as an
Yeah.
all new character. But
One
no,
more,
there's some people that do think there is a prize.
one more thing I want to mention about BrightBox. So Katie and I, we went out to eat before the show started.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Katie, it's actually her best talent. She can identify any dog breed. Any dog breed. She'll look at a dog. She goes, Rhodesian Ridgeback, Leonberger, whatever, Vizsla. She knows every dog
I
breed
could
that
get
there
like
is.
3
Where's that come
probably.
from?
By the way, I don't love of dogs probably, but if she sees a dog, she can immediately identify the breed. This guy's walking this dog, okay, right by where we just ate.
She's
Okay,
feeling confident.
no, she looks at it and she goes, "That's a coyote." I said, "What?"
That's
She
a
goes-
coyote.
She goes, "That's a coyote."
That's a dire
I
wolf.
go, you're not allowed to have a coyote, right? And I go, "Sir, what kind of dog is that?" He says it's a gray wolf hybrid. It's a fucking wolf.
Christ.
This guy was walking a wolf.
I'm
around.
giving it to her.
I go, of
She
course.
gets
Yes, I gave it to her. I go, are you allowed to do that?
Awesome. Have a
This
fucking
guy was walking a fucking wolf.
a
Who are you,
beast.
Jon Snow?
Jesus, yes. Are you headed to the
It
wall?
was fucking crazy. And here's the thing. There was another dog. Now, there was like
How does Tommy not know that guy?
yeah, right.
Yeah,
yeah.
So there was where the seating area was for the restaurant. There was an outdoor seating area. It was like 60 degrees. You
Yeah.
could eat outside. Not you'd have to wear a jacket or whatever. But
Sure.
people were eating outside, and somebody was out there with their dog, and this guy's walking by with a wolf. Okay.
If that wolf so
Now-
chooses to in that moment, that other dog is a pot
Yes.
sticker.
Now the wolf sees the other dog and it like rolls on its back and is trying to get under. It looks playful, but I'm like, I don't know, man. If that dog gets to that French bulldog, it's probably gonna fucking eat it.
It's gonna get a little taste of something, and yes, that thing is gonna be an hors d'oeuvre to that wolf.
It's a
Here's
hybrid.
the other thing.
It's not a fucking
How big's
Toyota
the person-
RAV4.
The person walking it, how big is
It was hard to get perspective because the guy looked small because it was a wolf.
Like this thing,
Yes.
it was choosing to let this guy take it.
Oh
for
yeah,
a
no,
walk.
he could have taken it out in 2 seconds. Now here's the thing: if it's a hybrid with what?
Yeah.
What's the other? What is it? A Pomeranian?
Coyote.
Right. Probably was.
Probably was.
What was the other piece? By the way, you should have some dog in there, right?
Sounds like a fucking Resident
Should.
Evil monster.
Yeah.
I made this.
Yeah.
Tommy gets into genetics and starts crossbreeding species. It's half gorilla, half praying mantis, and it's got machine guns for arms.
I was sorry to miss those shows, as I was sorry to miss the Randolph Rice party.
Oh yeah.
Oh
The
shit!
one where we joked about you wearing the glasses.
This was
which I
our
still
eyes
wanna
wide
revisit.
shut, by the way. God damn.
So I know nothing of what happened. I assuming he's still sponsoring us. You guys didn't fuck us over.
No, let me tell you what. This guy this is not going to be funny, but it's going to be heartfelt. This guy, every time I see him, 98 DLP shows in this party. Do you know? I mean, 1-to-1 every single time. He always pulls me aside and goes, "How are you doing?"
Oh yeah, no, he really genuinely
how do
likes
you need?
us.
He
He wanted to hang out with us.
He's very good. People.
He's such a fucking nice guy to the
And
point. I'm like,
he's a fun guy. He's a cool guy.
like you can spit on me. You know that, right? You can spit on me. Mudge, get over here. You can spit on her.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of,
Oh yeah.
oh shit. Okay, you will go unnamed. But this party had some well-to-dos. It had some leaders of local industry, other
Yeah.
people in the media,
Judges.
judges, people that will get you into or out of trouble should you be on their good side. And there was some pretty high-level sponsors there, and Mudge is floating around, and you and Katie are there, and somehow Mudge and Katie's outfit was borderline identical. They're made of like this odd, like silk black motif.
It's a hybrid.
It's all about it.
I'm introducing her to some people, and one of these sponsors there, and this guy's not a small man, and he's got a very interesting backstory. They're talking, and we're introducing, and he's describing his business, and we get to meet his wife, and I introduce him to the legendary Mudge, and it's over, and we're walking away, and as we walk up to the bar, she's about a half a step behind me and walks up wide-eyed. I'm like, "What's going on?" She goes, "He just grabbed a huge piece of my ass." Like, say, fingers under
Mudge's
cheek.
ass?
Yeah.
Hey, when I saw this guy, I immediately didn't like him. When I saw him, I'm like, I don't like this guy.
I now love him.
He has a very scripted conversation.
Oh no,
style.
I knew.
No matter what you're doing. Do you ever remember a caller from a long time ago we used to get? I gave my kids 2 choices guy. This fucking guy used to call the station all the time. Pick a topic. Anything.
Okay.
And this
Cars.
fucking good. My children wanted a car when they got done from high school. And I gave them 2 choices. You can either go into the military or you can go, "Hey, so coming up, it sounds like vaping's bad for you. Give us a call if you vape." My older son vapes, and I told him when you graduate high school, you get 2 choices. You'll go into the military. This fucking guy, and we began to clown on him.
Yeah.
So you can tell this guy, everyone in his life has to hear this dumb fuck pitch every time. Yes,
Right.
we get it. 2 choices.
Yes.
2 choices. And
This is
guy,
not the same guy that scratched your back.
This
was
is a
it?
different
Okay.
man. But this guy, he has a he's regardless of whether you ask, he's going to tell you a story.
Yeah.
And you're just going to listen. You're
so
just going to listen.
Mudge comes back
And
says,
goes, he
But
just
she said he kind of went up and under.
it wasn't like
Okay.
a brush, like my knuckles hit it. I mean, it sounded like you ever had monkey bread? You ever
Yeah,
had monkey bread
yeah,
before? How you tear off a
delicious.
piece?
Yeah.
He treated her ass like monkey bread.
Now, do you know the answer, Joe? What, Robbie, you want to guess to? What did Justin do?
Oh yeah, I do know the
Because-
answer.
yes.
I'm
You're
going to
gonna love
guess
this.
that he did nothing.
All right. Good idea. Good idea. Robbie, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. You did not.
Okay. And Joe, now what happened?
He did nothing.
I did nothing. I go, well, look at him.
Well,
Look
What
at
am I
me.
supposed
you
to
messed
do?
with the wrong
You want me to
guy.
grab his ass? I'll do it.
I've been here for 10 minutes. I'm not going to run over there.
You're going to a fight with this guy.
I'm not going to shove this guy that's got a bunch of tattoos I think he gave himself. I'm not going to go over there. Also, he's actually putting money.
You're not Steven Seagal in a movie.
You're
You
not,
don't-
no.
yeah. Uh,
And I mean, I hate to say it, but he kind of puts money in my checking.
Yeah.
So yeah, just nothing. And then
Nice work.
Yeah.
we had a lot of oysters afterwards. And I said, "Oh, here you go. A po' boy etouffee should take your mind off it." and it didn't.
Were you guys? Did you feel like you were underdressed, overdressed?
No.
very
Well,
nicely dressed.
once Randolph told us what we could wear,
Mhm.
then that's all we. I wore jeans and a shirt.
Gotcha.
Now, they had a great spread there.
Yeah, what'd they have?
They had
Tell me.
oysters.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which,
that
by the way,
oysters-
You're a big oyster.
I don't know
guy.
what the rules were, but I had about 12 oysters.
Guy was
Yeah.
hand shucking them.
Yes.
Never had one.
There was a shucker there.
Yeah.
But
that's a
Even though the
shocker.
food was great, you do pass something on the way home. Justin knows, where did I eat?
They
Oh.
ate again. Joe can't help but eat here.
You're a big lover of Shake Shack.
That's right.
Nailed it.
Shake
Yeah.
Shack.
Shake Shack.
Ordered it on
Where's
the way.
that at?
It's on Lombard or Pratt and Lombard.
Oh,
It's
in
a-
Baltimore. Yeah.
The
Love
Winchester,
Shake Shack.
the
Yeah.
Winchester lasagna of burgers.
Mhm.
But anyway, it was a great time and good time had by, although Josh didn't make it.
Yeah, Josh was just not feeling it. He went to bed early that night. No, it was a fine time, but I mean, I was way
Right.
outside of my fucking tax bracket. I mean, you're hearing guys talking
Good.
about getting rid of the old boat for something a little more spacious.
Yeah.
No one went on vacation. They summered. People there
Yeah.
summered. Yeah, it was a great time. Oh shit, we didn't even tell you about the shoes. Randolph's fucking shoes.
Oh, yeah.
The shoes.
Yeah. I think he borrowed them from
Reebok
Tommy.
pumps.
No,
Yeah.
gold light up
The
shoes.
shoes we have.
At
The
my
gold light up
birthday.
shoes. Yeah.
Yes, the gold light ups. He was
The
rocking
best.
those things hard
The
as
best.
shit. But yeah, it was a really,
Yep.
really good time.
He's right here. Rice Mother Pasaurus.
Rice, what's up, man?
Right there.
It was incredible, man. It was a great
Now,
time. Thank you.
That
Rice.
guy
was-
didn't cop a feel of Katie.
Yeah, I was literally about to ask that. Did Katie feel upset about that?
No,
Did she feel left
she
out?
didn't feel upset about it. But here's the deal: it's like I really can't beat anybody up, but I don't. Katie's going to expect me to, so I'm probably going to have to go say something to the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not at liberty to not say anything.
I ain't saying
It doesn't mean I'm
shit
not.
to this
I'm
guy.
not calling you out.
I
I
think
I-
he's calling you a pussy.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
I
definitely
hear.
not doing
That
that.
was a huge pussy.
But
that
yeah.
that guy for sure had a blade. There's
Yeah.
no
Oh no,
way.
you're right. It wouldn't have gone well for me. But,
I will say this without giving specifics. He was dressed differently than everyone else.
Oh yeah, he
Okay.
was.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes, he was dressed like Guy Fieri.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he was on the way to grab your wife's ass town.
Well, now we know exactly who he is if anyone's listening, because that sounds like a specific person to be dressed like. Well, I'm sorry I missed the party, Randolph. I was busy in Brea, California, Los Angeles, basically. Yeah.
Good. No, go ahead.
No, 2 times I have been traveling in my life during the Super Bowl. One time it was to somewhere overseas, some military thing. Can't remember where. Somewhere.
Do you remember
far
what
away.
Super Bowl?
I do.
Okay.
It was the second time that the Giants beat the Patriots. The
Okay,
second
yeah.
Eli
The David
Manning-
Tyree catch.
I believe that's the first one.
Oh, is that the first one?
Yes. I had
Okay.
the same conversation with Keckner. The first one's the Tyree
Is
catch,
it?
and
Is
then
it?
the Black
What year was that? Was
touchdown.
that 2007, 8? The one where they prevented them from going. Basically,
The undefeated one is the first one.
yes,
I'm
that's
thinking the
first.
second one. Apparently, nobody remembers it because
Nope.
I know what happened.
Yes, I never even seen a highlight. So, and that was back when you just would you could listen to the radio stations on the plane,
Westwood won.
and they would have, but you could also listen to the cockpit. That
Oh, yeah.
conversation, and the pilot put the radio broadcast on the cockpit.
Oh, that's cool.
So this time, much better.
Yeah.
Southwest, they have
Watch
live.
it.
They
Yeah.
have live TV, and the flight was less than the damn game. I literally,
Oh, really?
I finished the game. I hadn't got off the plane yet, but people were starting to.
Oh, I
you know,
see.
we
Yeah.
had taxi. We were at the gate.
Yeah, because it was overtime.
Yeah, so I had to switch my anyway. So
Wasn't this the longest one ever? This is
It-
officially
it
the
was.
longest
Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl.
It
of
was the
all time,
longest. I don't know if it was the longest, but it was the longest game time.
Yeah.
Like
yes,
game wise.
yes.
Yeah.
And so you have live TV, but there's a little bit. Sometimes it's a little delay. So I have my phone, and then the woman, one seat up and over, has a laptop out, so I can see between the two chairs, the seats, her version of it. Then a guy to my left, caddy corner, one up and over, he's got a laptop. So between the two laptops and my phone, I'm able to see pretty
Got
much every play. I missed a few plays. I missed I think the second 49ers touchdown. I missed the big when they went for fourth. Right before that touchdown, they went for
Oh, yeah.
fourth down,
Mhm.
which was crazy at the time. I
Did
thought.
you see the trick play?
I did see the trick
Yeah.
play, and it got to the point at the very end though, where now I've landed, and I'm like, okay, I'll just go off of my phone to my YouTube TV, which allows me to watch live, whatever I have on YouTube
Mhm.
TV, which is obviously the game. But because of the location, it hadn't updated yet. So it was acting like I was still in like California,
Oh.
and it's asking me which channel I want to watch it in, and I'm this one, and it goes, it's not available in your area. So I had to go to Nickelodeon.
You watch this?
I got a
SpongeBob?
message from our
Yes.
friend Brittany. Did Brittany
Yes.
message you?
No.
Brittany, I was posting and stuff. She was having a laugh at one of my stories that night, and she goes, "You need to watch the Nickelodeon broadcast.
You'd
It's
love it.
great.
Yeah.
They
You
said
like
it's
it?
awesome.
Well, the commentary is so look,
Who are the commentators? SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, but it's Nate Burleson and then some guys I don't know who they are. But they're talking like 8-year-olds are watching it, which is what it is.
Right.
So it's the final drive for the Chiefs. And so the guy asks, so how nervous is he right now? And they right now? And Burleson's like, there's nervous when you have that big test in school. The other guy goes, I'm nervous for every test. And they laugh. I'm like, this is what I'm doing. I'm literally watching this. This is maybe one of the greatest games of all time. This is the commentary.
I'm as nervous as whenever
Yeah.
my mom brings home a new dad.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get nervous during tests.
No, I totally get
yeah,
that.
they totally relate.
But
And they had
then,
Sandy Cheeks and Dora the Explorer doing sideline commentary.
Did they do slime shit?
no, they have all kinds of graphics. And
It's
shit.
a lot. It's a lot of
Yeah.
augmented
Splats and
reality.
stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
WWE does a lot of that shit.
they love that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's excessive.
But I did fuck up and look up,
Oh,
and I saw the Chiefs touchdown
wow! Before you got
because I knew because the audio, I wanted the audio to match, so I'm trying not to look.
right.
But I just fucked up and I looked and I see Hardman in the end zone
Oh,
celebrating.
shit.
I was like, oh well. So
All right.
uh,
Did
I-
you still
yeah.
hear Patrick Starr's commentary at the end?
no, at that point I was back on the
Oh, you didn't get to see that.
the main broadcast. And
Anybody
I
have
heard
any,
Romo talk over the fucking touchdown.
Any
Yeah.
cash on anything? Any
I
bets?
did. I lost every bet.
Yeah.
Literally every fucking bet that I made.
Here's something, Greg. Our buddy Tim had a bet that Travis Kelce would catch every target. Okay.
Okay.
Every
I
ball
mean-
thrown his way, he would catch.
All right.
Now, how many times had he done that this year?
Never.
He did it once during the regular season in 17 games, and he did it once in the playoffs versus the Ravens.
And to know what a
Oh,
target is,
Damn.
it's not I throw it to you and it hits you in your hands and you drop it. If I throw it, it's 8 feet over your
Yeah,
head,
target. That's a target.
Yeah.
you would have no chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
If I
still
throw
target.
it and the defensive player jumps in front and knocks it down, that's
Target.
still a target.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So he could,
I throw
through
it at
no
your
fault
feet
of his own,
as hard as I can.
Still
it's a
not
target.
catch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Overthrow it by
Yes.
5 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the first half, he had one target
For 1 yard.
and one
Yeah,
catch
yes.
Yeah.
for 1 yard.
Which had he just kept with that, he wins.
He caught
He
his
gets
second
hurt?
target.
Yeah.
He caught his third target. He caught his fourth target. He caught his fifth target. He caught his sixth target.
Yeah.
He caught his seventh target. He caught his eighth target. He caught his ninth target. And he missed his 10th, which was the
Yes.
very
The one
last play
Of-
What was
of-
the bet?
before
of,
the-
hey, before the end of the regulation.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he catches it, the game's over
Yes.
and he wins his bet. Instead, he drops it and he goes to overtime. So he wins that. But that's not the funniest thing that happened regarding our
the
friend
funniest
Tim.
thing that Tim did.
You motherfucker.
There he is. So Tim, I don't think he's probably not going to hear this. He was getting a colonoscopy, which we generally do it when we're our age.
Okay.
Never had
Okay.
it done.
And he drinks all the stuff that you're supposed to drink in order to clear you out. And he goes and he's cranky too. And when he gets irritable, he can be mean.
Yeah.
But he's cranky because he can't eat.
I'm getting
Yeah.
mine in the spring.
Is that right?
45 now with insurance. Yeah.
I
So
guess I should get it.
I can't
So,
wait. I'll do it for you.
he's cranky
Thanks.
because he can't eat, but he's going to have it this morning. It's this
Well,
morning.
hold on. Back up. We made fun of him because he scheduled it the day after the Super
That's
Bowl.
correct. I'm sorry. I
What
shouldn't.
So
shouldn't
we
do that.
were like,
That's
Phil was
right.
like, why don't you schedule the day after Thanksgiving? Yeah, making all these jokes about
Yes,
his
the
poor planning.
day after this means he cannot eat wings. He cannot eat
He can't
pizza.
enjoy the
he
greatest
cannot
part
eat-
of the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Just
He can't
gorging
eat
all day.
taco dip.
Yes.
He
Oh
can't eat
my
any
Every
of it.
God.
fucking commercial's got
Yeah.
food in it. And shit.
Yes.
What a
Doritos,
simpleton.
M&Ms.
Yes.
Yes.
We're just
Teasing you.
shitting on him for
Yeah.
2 hours.
So he drinks his stuff, what you're supposed to drink, and he goes there,
Ugh.
and they go, "I'm sorry, we can't give this to you. You're not cleaned out enough." He's so full of shit, literally,
And figuratively.
that they
A
gave
day
him.
without eating.
Oh.
Still backed up.
He
Still
couldn't.
screwed him up.
It wasn't clean enough.
Oh
They
my
send him home
God.
to live to fight another day.
He
What
went
is
right
that-
to the Chinese restaurant, ordered his
Yes.
fucking 6 buffets.
Can you buy that stuff just somewhere? Can you order
That's a
it?
good question.
I feel
don't
like
know.
there's fun to be had.
Sorry, we missed your birthday present. I guess
That's all I asked for was just to have a full-on colon blowout. And speaking of somebody possibly blowing out somebody's colon in a tent with a body-mounted Robo Nitro Bong, holy shit, there's a new episode up. Enjoy. It's story time with Tommy Simbazo. Here's a clip.
So then there is a party called Men Without Pants.
Okay.
Okay.
Totally in. Just super in.
Okay. Now,
Booking a ticket.
the specifics for this is women can go right in.
I think the answer is in the title.
Okay. Men, well, it's not, you're just not balls out. You can't wear underwear or pants. You have to wear like a kilt.
Gotcha.
A skirt.
Of course.
And then when you get there, to make sure you're not lying, there is a line of women that check you.
Oh.
And you walk up, walk this gauntlet of like 10 women.
The best Soul Train line of all
It's
time.
a gauntlet of fives.
Yes.
5 you're being so generous.
Are they checking?
This is
Eric?
Gramps' living room.
Is this a visual check or a hand up?
No, they put their hand up the back, and then the line they say, if they're feeling your ass, and then they'll be like, permission to check the front, my lord.
What the fuck?
Like, yeah.
What the fuck? So they're grabbing cock.
Yeah.
You're grabbing dick to get in.
My buddy Jose said,
You know someone busted. You know someone. Woody's Virgins has not been touched ever. This 3 grabs a hold of his pale, untouched dick, pops right there. That's behind the DLP Patreon paywall. Laughs count anywhere. The Comedy Wrestling Podcast, the DLP Patreon Mothership, Dork Dynasty for Games, and a man that tells a story like no other. This one is a companion piece to the first one he ever did with
About
LARPing, live action role playing game.
About what happens after the LARP.
Yes, he talked the first time about the fighting and the costumery and actually really hurting people. Strange bikers were there.
Mhm.
This one, yes, it's
Strange
about
liquids.
what happened when the sun goes down.
Yeah.
And there are cuck husbands. And there's
It's just listen.
you just give it a listen.
Yeah.
So I want to do right by Tim. Here's his exact words.
Please.
Ugh, no colonoscopy. I wasn't cleaned out enough.
Well, that's where me and this dick comes in.
Hey,
Yeah.
Boom.
So you basically live on the toilet, right? For the better part of a day.
I don't know how you can't be cleaned out.
How quickly does this stuff work?
Oh my
you
God,
haven't had
man.
one yet?
No.
Okay.
I mean, clearly I should have.
We got to get one. So
Yeah, you drink this stuff. And then, by the way, it's a hard ask. the
I hear it's not
drinking of it,
great.
okay.
It's not like
And then
Tang.
it's within, I think it's within like 15 or 20 minutes. You get a, oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And then you go in there and it is gone.
Does your ass hurt by the end of the day?
No,
Is
I
it-
kind
does
of
it feel
used to
good?
it, as you know, from
Does it
Coles.
feel nice?
Yeah, it's not horrible.
All
You're
right.
literally urinating out of your anus.
Yeah. But
But
is
like-
it one shot or you
Oh
keep
no,
going?
no, yours no.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
you
need to
got-
clear your day.
Well, you gotta. Well, you do it. I can't remember. I think you do it like 6 p.m. something. Like, you can't eat anything else, and then you have to wake up like at like midnight or 1 a.m. You got to drink another one of them, and at
Okay.
that point, you know you're gonna have to go again.
And apparently you get propofol. Carrie's telling me you get
Oh,
propofol.
man, let me
That's
tell you
the
something.
Good.
Well, I told you guys that story when I got my colonoscopy.
Hell yeah.
That is the best drug. No wonder Michael Jackson said, just fucking kill me. It's not
Sure.
gonna get any
Knock
better
me
than
out.
this.
This
Yeah.
rules.
And they give you that, and they're like, all right, we're gonna put you on this propofol, and it feels fucking amazing. Now, you know how they wake you up from it?
Smack to the face.
They go,
Oh.
they just nudge you.
They
And
scratch your back.
and you wake right up. Now, I think I told you 2 things that happened to me when I got mine. I woke up raging hard on.
Oh,
Hell
that's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Raging
Yeah.
hard. And they go, okay, you can go. And I go, yeah, give me a
Wet
second.
dream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give me a second.
Let this thing calm down.
Yeah.
And the other one was when they took my blood pressure. They had to go get the women's arm cuff.
Because the
The
men's,
men's was too big.
the men's was
The one they brought back
hilarious.
was like a purple.
Yeah, here we
Yeah.
go. This is one we use kids to train with when we do field trips.
How often do you wake up with a raging heart on, Joe?
I usually do. I
Oh.
usually wake up with a hard on.
It's been
I wish.
Do people say hard on? Is that
yeah,
That's
a
what the-
big boner,
what- I don't know. With an
a
erection.
big rager.
What do you say, Robbie?
Rod.
Boner.
yeah?
Mhm.
boners
You say,
and all.
oh, that's right. You write rock hard boners.
My
RVA.
fiance-
That's right. Your favorite website.
Yeah. I don't wake up with them.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, I do.
So I got a story. It's not.
Robinson boys get hard.
The story
they
isn't
do get
funny.
hard.
Oh,
The story isn't funny, but it's okay.
We'll make it work.
So I'm the only one here with a day job, right?
Yeah.
I help people
They
get.
don't call Justin's job a day
The
job.
fuck,
You
man?
know what I mean?
Gets
That's
up at
not
4
comedy.
in the morning.
That's not
Okay.
comedy. You know what
All
I mean?
right, you have a civilian job.
I have
Yeah.
a real job.
Rob and I have
yes.
entertainer jobs.
Yeah.
So I am attempting to help
Hell
people
yeah,
get
fuck him.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
to
Loser.
help people get
Yeah.
Social Security.
You wake up with a
disability.
hard on and then go to a day job.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
wake up with a lip dick and then do fuck around all day.
Hell yeah, I play fart sounds, and he
Yeah,
travels with
exactly.
our limp little noodles.
So I helped this guy get disability. I think it was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's say his name is Tom Smith.
Okay.
Okay. And I get a text from him last weekend.
Okay.
He goes, "Hey, I don't know if you remember me. My name's Tom Smith. And you helped me get disability a couple years back. I have some questions for you." No problem. I forget, and then I call him on Tuesday. I go, "Hey man, I'm so sorry. I got your message, but I forgot to call you. What's going on?" I'm on the phone with him for about, I think it's like 8 minutes. And I
Okay.
answer some questions for him about whatever. Next day he kills himself.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Okay. You want to know how he
Wow.
does it?
I know how.
Gun.
Not a gun.
The exhaust in the car.
Throws
Jumps off a bridge.
close. Throws himself off a parking garage.
That's
Okay.
a fucking
So,
rough way to
Now,
go.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not laughing. That's horrible.
Jesus.
Anyway, so I don't talk to this guy for 2 years. Okay. I don't talk to him for 2 years.
Well, you can't talk about his condition, can you?
Then
it's like, is there a doctor privilege thing with you? You're not a physician,
I
but
can't.
it's still some
yeah,
guys
well, I
get
didn't give
that,
his
don't you?
name,
You
but
feel guilty for waiting
well,
3
this
days?
is the thing. So here's the thing. By the way, how do you think I know he killed himself? He's my boss's friend. Now,
Oh.
my boss doesn't even know I talked to him.
Yeah.
Okay. He goes, he messages me the next day. He goes, "Hey, do you remember my buddy that you helped get disability?" I go, "Tom Smith."
Yeah, Tom. How's he
Yeah.
doing?
I thought he was gonna be like, "Hey, he needs your help." And I was gonna go, "No, I talked to him." He goes, "Yeah, he killed himself." I go, whoa, wait, what? I go, "I talked to him 18 hours ago."
Yeah.
So
That's got to be a kind of a mind fuck. There.
right.
Yeah.
I talked to the guy.
And he just Wright brothers himself off
after
of fucking.
he hears my advice,
Oh,
he decides that life isn't worth living.
can you talk about the advice?
Yeah.
So he had questions regarding, and by the way, no,
said, Joe's vice, just take a leap of faith.
I should be laughing. I gave him, he wanted to know if he could return to work, which he can. I said, "You can return to work, but you can only make this much money." He goes, "Oh, I definitely would be making less than that." I go, "Then yeah, you can return
Oh,
to
so
work."
he can continue to get his disability.
Yes, right.
Okay.
And then he goes, "I'm supposed to be eligible for this benefit on this date. Will this affect it?" I go, "No, it won't." So I told him, "You can return to work and you get to keep your medical benefits." I told him both of those things. And then the next day he's like, "You know what? No, I'll have no more." By the way, how high is this parking garage?
I mean, you jump off a 2-story one, you're just gonna fuck yourself up. 3, I'm gonna say 60% chance you
Yeah.
do it.
You got to make sure it's 100%.
You
yeah.
have to, and did you ever see that documentary about the Golden Gate Bridge, the jumpers?
People keep jumping off.
Yes.
People jump off the Bay Bridge all the time too.
Do you know that 100% of the people that have survived jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge, I mean,
paralyzed.
They do it again.
they say the minute they jump, they wish they didn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All of them. I mean,
Yeah.
they're batting 1,000 on the minute their feet left that girder. Every one of them went.
Well, that's when in
fuck,
reality
what did I
hits.
do?
You realize,
Oh shit!
maybe things weren't.
I mean,
that
at least
bad.
my mom had the decency to swallow a fucking
Yeah.
handful of pills.
Oh,
I mean, that was a
Jesus.
comfortable way to
Yeah.
find
no,
her.
you're right.
She
Yeah.
snuggled up in bed,
Right?
rolled her up like a burrito, took her right
Yeah.
to the funeral home. This dude, multiple people's days were the worst.
Oh,
after
yeah,
that.
for sure.
Someone's got to handle that. Someone's out there snow shoveling him off the asphalt. That's fucking rough, man.
Everybody's going to be able to relate to this next story, but
Dude, hold on real quick. Did you see the one of like a month or two ago? I don't know how this happens because don't they worship cows in India?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone pushed one off a 4-story balcony. I'll show you the video. It's one of the most. If I showed this to Josh, he'd shoot me in the face.
how did a cow get up there?
It was like in their
It took
apartment
Joe's
or something.
advice.
Yeah, you know what? You just got off the phone with Joe, and this cow was just on this balcony and went right over, and someone just follows it with the phone. It is hard to watch. a cow accordion itself.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
in the insides, found a way to become its outsides.
This
to
show
whatever-
did get dark.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, this
Let's
story.
turn it back around.
So I have an employee, and this employee is horrible. Okay.
Oh.
So my boss is like, you need to get rid of this employee right now. You can't just fire anybody nowadays.
Yeah.
That's not the way the world works.
Trust me, you can't.
All right. It takes forever to get it done, whatever you need to do. So we have a guy that helps with this, and I have to email him.
Do you have professional probation?
We have something called the bench. Now, here's what happens. I work for a Fortune 200 company.
Yeah.
So what happens is I want to get rid of you because you're a bad employee.
Okay.
So I say, all right, I'm putting you on the bench. You continue to work for 2 weeks. At the end of 2 weeks, you then have 5 weeks to get paid plus benefits to try to find another job within the company that you're getting let go from.
So
That's
they
right.
will possibly rehire you at the same place
And
you're
you
so
get
bad
paid
at
and
and get paid.
benefits for almost 2 months.
You ever heard Stavros' story about being a paralegal with this, exactly what you're
Mm-mm.
describing? He went to work and found out he got a job. A friend got him a job as a paralegal. Stavros Alkis, Stavi baby, international comic, now Baltimore zone. And he needed a job when he was doing comedy. And his friend got him a job as like basically a paralegal assistant at a law firm. And he found out that it was one of those law firms that essentially took people out of their homes. They were on behalf of the bank, on behalf of lenders, and it was like a foreclosure law firm. I don't want to fucking help these
Dirty
people.
business.
They're filthy.
Scum.
I'm not doing anything.
Mhm.
I'm going to literally do nothing until I get fired. How long do you last?
Well, let
Six months.
me say this. At my job,
Yeah.
if I just stopped working today,
Yeah.
It would be 6 months.
He lasted 8 months.
Yeah.
And they had a key tracker. He tells the story. He had a key tracker where they could tell what you did and how many cases you did whatever with, or
And he
filed
literally
whatever.
did nothing.
Fucking did this, jumped around on Facebook. Someone would walk by his desk. He'd pull up a document like, let's take their apartment from him.
Well,
and
it's
then
different here
he
because
did nothing.
there's no office.
Mm.
I'm
Oh
just
my God,
home.
yeah. He was at an office.
Yeah.
And they even then they said they apologized to him on the way out. Like, sorry, there's we love having you here, and everyone in the break room loves you, and just, we got a certain quota we got. You can't fucking fire
No.
people.
Sounds like us with Eric and the murder mystery.
It's true.
That's not true, Eric.
Can't get rid of him.
Anyway, so I'm like, all right, I gotta so I emailed the guy.
By the way, I brought up Eric. Made me think that Jeremy could never keep a job. So
No, you're
it feels
right.
Like he should have.
Jesus
This
Christ.
is about him.
Dennis in chat just says, if you ever bring back Big Decision Friday, make sure Joe isn't filling in.
Yeah, for
It's gonna be
sure.
a bloodbath on the highway.
There's no reason to live, sir. No, so I called this guy. He goes, all right, I need an email that contains information X, and then I need a separate email that contains information Y. And information Y is the person that we're getting rid of and their employee information and the reason and so forth.
Right.
Well, I accidentally copy her on that one.
Oh, shit.
She's on the email
So she knows.
where she does. Not only does she know, she knows why. Like,
Ah.
oh, she's a bad employee.
Yeah.
She's the worst employee that we
Uh-huh.
have.
In this email, it's spelled out.
Oh, everything. I
It's
detail.
not like intense
No,
detail.
with her
Okay.
name, just in case there's some
Right.
confusion.
Oh, that's
It's her name.
gotcha.
And the guy called. He of course, you can already feel the blood rushing to my head. And he calls and he goes,
your heart starts to beat faster.
he goes, when did you? He goes, I didn't know I did it. He goes, hey, when did you plan on doing this? I go, I guess we'd let her know at the beginning of next week. He goes, well, you copied her on this.
Dude, I did something similar yesterday.
No.
I had a fucking meme. I found this. I thought this was funny. Someone took the Bass Pro Shop logo and changed it to "That's my ass, bro. Stop."
Okay.
Who did I send that to?
That's my ass, bro. Stop.
It's at the top of my phone.
Ah,
I sent that.
nice.
I meant because I've been texting Danny Rouillet.
Yeah.
I sent it to Dan, general manager,
Oh.
the guy that runs everything. I mean,
Yeah.
unsolicited. We haven't texted in a week or two. And when we do, it's about business. And out of nowhere, I just text the president of Hearst
Wow.
WGA.
Did he
Danny Rock.
respond?
That's my ass, bro. Stop.
Did he say was that meant for Jordan Wertlieb?
Hasn't texted me back.
Did you immediately text back and say that was meant for somebody else? Or did
Nope,
you?
just let it sit. Yeah, I should probably say something. I did that
Yeah.
yesterday. I'm like, yeah, fucked. Yeah.
You gotta just start sending memes as make that's your thing.
That's my thing now.
Yeah.
I have to start. This is my IBS. I have to start pretending I'm really, really, really into memes. Yeah. Oh boy. We got to talk about that thing at the top. We got to get into that. Did we cover that from Dennis's party? Did we?
No. So Dave Dennis, going back to our
Shout out,
brotherly
Dave.
love party.
I forgot you were this, by the way. I never remember
Yeah.
it until you remind me of it.
He has a dartboard.
Yes.
And
Coolest basement.
it's right
site.
in that basement area. And I like darts. I'm decent at it. And better than the average person. Not good by somebody who plays all the time. And I start playing darts. And I don't, normally there's like a piece of tape or something that signifies, where the line is.
Some marker on the ground. You got to stand here. Here's regulation.
Yeah. So I'm just sort of guessing where I think it is. And then he goes over to the dartboard and there's a light. He flicks some switch and he looks down and he goes, all right, now there's the line. And I look down, it looks exactly the same to me. So I'm confused because I saw him do something.
And we all reacted to it like, oh,
Right.
that's cool. Very nice.
Everybody saw it.
So I don't know
Everybody
what's
saw
going on. Because
Well,
I
not
knew
everybody.
Not everybody.
I saw that he did something.
Right?
And then
He goes, hey,
he
check this out.
sees, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I haven't moved now. I'm still at the same spot. And he says something, and I'm
Like, hey,
still
Rob,
confused.
you wanna
this
move?
goes on for like a minute.
You want to
of
get behind the
confusion.
line?
And then he goes, you don't see the line? I go, what line? And he goes, there's a laser. I go, oh, is that what you did? And like, I took a picture of it. I can barely see it when I really look.
It's so obvious, Rob.
Exactly. And that picture, it does it some justice. It's bright.
Yeah.
It's crisp. We're all looking at it.
Now-
He couldn't see a fucking thing.
And now
I
I'm
forget-
looking for it, and I can't see it.
Remember that thing they had where it was like, is the dress gold or blue?
Oh,
You remember
God,
that? Yeah.
Jesus.
that? What was it to you?
Black and white.
I don't think gold and blue are my issues. I think red and green are my
Oh, is that
big
right?
That
issues.
screen
Yeah.
right there. We're currently looking at a
Mhm.
secondary monitor behind our camera. Okay, so you see at the bottom of the screen, we're streaming live on YouTube.
Point to what I'm supposed to be
See
looking at.
end stream at the very bottom of the rectangle?
Yes.
What color is that?
That looks red.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
That's
It is
red.
red.
Okay, so you got that. The light behind the monitor behind me.
The blue on
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I guess it involves.
Yeah.
Damn it! I want to get you those glasses where you put them on and go outside and see a flower for the first
I
time and
bought
burst into
some.
tears.
I spent $350 and
Yeah.
I couldn't tell a difference.
You know, it's one
So
of the
I'm gonna
first
bring 'em
time
back.
that Keith ever had to be dumped on the air. Keith Mills.
Oh yeah.
We got him those chroma glasses or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what I bought.
And we're morons and
Mhm.
we're sucked into it. And we saw the guy put his glasses on for the first time and he goes outside.
Right.
That's what I wanted to have.
Not realizing we're such idiots. That guy's a fucking actor. So he buys the things and we put them on. He goes outside. He's looking around like, look at that. It's fucking blue. And we're on the air. We're on the air, Keith. We're on the air.
It was golf. I was like, I can't. It's hard for me to see the ball. Sometimes the flag doesn't stand out to me.
Right.
And then everything just sort of blends.
You got your rods and cones.
And I'm
messed
like
up.
trying to figure, and it's, Ariel says Rob thinks I'm gray.
Yeah.
So
African,
but I do,
Ash American.
I guess it is, I'm handicapped.
Yeah.
You are.
I wonder if you
Gotta
could park
get you a
wherever you want.
placard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh man, we got to get you a service animal. Actually, they
Maybe
can't see
a
colors either.
hybrid.
Yeah.
a gray wolf
This is
hybrid.
my service coyote.
Yes, this is my service wolf.
Actually, you're missing a leg.
When it detects danger, it mauls it. Yes, it can smell danger and diabetes. It's also really good at darts.
Well, if you are listening to this show the day it comes out, I
Yes.
assume are you putting out tomorrow, Rob?
Ariel says, don't call Joe for disability. He kills it at his job.
Yes, I'm very good.
Got some
I'm-
good singers in
yeah.
there.
Oh,
Got some
man.
good singers in there. But yes, it is the 12th of February.
Yes.
Tomorrow the 13th, DC Improv.
That's right. We're at the DC Improv. There are tickets available for the DC Improv. At least there were this morning.
Tuesday the 13th.
But on the 14th,
I guess I should put the show out on the 13th then.
you think?
Because normally we do it on Wednesday.
Okay,
So,
so
should we bump it up or do we?
yeah, we should bump it up, right?
Okay, we'll
Because
bump
then
it
if you're
up.
hearing it, you'll know you can buy tickets tonight.
Let's bump it up to
for the
Tuesday.
DC Improv.
Yes. Mhm.
And then Magoobies, we have a lot of tickets sold already. That show is going to
Yeah.
be
Yeah, it's
packed.
moving.
Yeah.
But right now, tickets are available.
Might be
Yes.
taking off the next day too. So I might be hanging out a little bit that night.
Hey.
I got to get some appliances installed. Shout out Town Appliance, Oaks Mill. Stop in, talk to Avi or Mayor. Tell him Justin sent you. And if I could pitch something that we just sealed up while you were away at BrightBox, I'm going to be headlining 2 shows
yeah.
at BrightBox May 25th.
Love it.
It's a Saturday, and I'm going to be running a chunk of time from the special this fall.
Awesome.
I think I've got 30 that I'm beginning to get comfortable
Oh,
with.
that's good. Yeah, we have our murder mystery on the 11th, and then 2 weeks later, Justin Schlegel.
I'm back there. So stop
Taking
back
over.
by dielaughingproductions.com, dcimprov.com, magoobies.com. A new episode coming out soon of Storytime with Tommy Simbaza. We thank you guys again. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Later.
See you guys.